It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem, man, that's on you. You've been terrorizing me, you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like alright, but take your stuff back, baby, it's I would never. You've been flexing everywhere. Girl, look in the mirror. Man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, it's you. Lie like alright, but take your stuff back, baby, it's you. Baby, it's you. Control the weather, then every day would rain on your parade. Shine, you can change, yeah. If I was Father Time, then I would change the honey. So I never saw your face. What do I have to do to make you go? Oh, baby, it's you. It's you. It's you. It's you. Walk out that door, no, yeah. It's not my fault. You've been lying, saying that I took away your peace. Drowning by yourself, now you wanna blame me. Like you have no options. I ain't take your options. Now I'm not the problem, man, that's on you. You've been terrorizing me, yeah, I'm always wrong. I knew you lost your mind when you dropped that bomb. Girl, are you crazy? Yeah, you must be crazy. I've been thinking lately it's you. You stole your peace, put it on me, but baby, Baby, it's you.
All right, we're about to get started.
I like a ride, but take your stuff back. Baby, it's baby, it's you.
All right. Welcome everyone to Corporate Junky. I am your man, Corp J. And thank you all for joining me on this live video. I have to say, first of all, I apologize for starting late. Just had a little bit of a technical issue there, but we are on. They can try, but they can't stop us. All right. So thank you all for joining in. I know some of you are starting to come in. So thank you again for your patience. We have a special show for you all today. I am truly excited to have this show. This is a special show. And I have with me a special guest. And none other than a person I have watched for a long time, his channel, a person that I've admired his content, a person that I have truly learned so much from him. We're talking about none other than the host of the Africa Uncensored YouTube channel. And he is with me. He's my guest today, and we're going to have a great show today. But before I bring him up, just want to kind of go over some few things with you all. We're going to have a great conversation today. We're going to be discussing everything from Afrobeats. We're going to be talking about, some of those that are out there that are hating on us, issues going on in the communities, all of that stuff. So before I start, I do want to remind all of you as you're coming in that we do have a petition out there that I want to remind you all to be sure that you are signing the petition. There's a petition out there to really correct some of the inaccuracies and all of the some wrongful statement that was made in the documentary by Ayo Shanayo. So that petition is growing. So thank you all. The link for that petition is in this video, so you can always find that. You can always find it in any video that I put up. But go ahead and make your voices heard. We want Netflix to correct that. This is a serious thing that I think every Nigerian really need to take seriously, because unless we take ourselves seriously, no one will take us seriously. So when people make statements that are false, when people make statements that are not accurate, that are unfounded, it is our responsibility to make sure that we're holding them to task. So quickly, for anyone that does not know what I'm talking about, if you've just met my channel or stumbled on my channel for the first time, the petition is to correct the statement that Aya made on his on the documentary, the Afrobeat, the backstory, which was that he credited Ghana for the foundation of Afrobeat, and that is simply not true. So that is what that petition is for. So be sure to click on the link and make your way over there and make your voices heard. To those of you that have already signed the petition, thank you so much for signing. Thank you to all of you also who have also shared the petition. There's quite a number of shares on that petition. And so that's how you get to that petition. Also, for this particular video, for this live show, this is live, right? Make your voices heard. You can always use the chat to really chat up and really contribute to the show. If you also want to support the show, be sure you can, right? So, we're really working hard to really bring you guys great content. So please support the show in any way you can. You can click on the dollar sign right there in the chat box and contribute and support the show financially. And those that support the show, I'll certainly highlight your name and I'll certainly give you kudos for it. But nonetheless, we have a great show, right? So without further ado, I want to introduce my guest to you all. Okay. And as I mentioned, I am I have none other but than Africa Uncensored host. Let me go ahead and bring him up to you all so you guys can see him. Hold on a second. Take this off here. All right. My guest, Africa Uncensored. Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you. Thank you. Are we on? Am I connected now?
You are live. You are here. You are live.
My sound is coming out clean?
Your sound is coming out really clean. I can hear you. Everyone can hear you. If you can hear us, can you let us know in the chat that you can hear us? If you can hear us, let us know you can hear us, because this is the first time I'm having someone live on the show, so I want to be sure that you all can hear us. Let me know you can hear us. Can someone let me know in the chat, please? While they're making their way to letting us know that. Welcome, sir. Welcome to Corporate Junky. How are you, my man?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. J, you're doing a very, very, very fantastic job. You said it earlier before you introduced me that you're asking people to support this channel. Some people might not be able to support financially, but I guarantee you that other ways you can support this channel. Now you can do that by just giving this video a thumbs up, because when you do that, it triggers the algorithm for other people to see the video.
Absolutely.
You can also subscribe to the channel. It costs you nothing. It's free of charge. You just, so that this channel is doing a very fantastic job. We're bringing you. As a matter of fact, there are very few channels like this. I think you're the only one, and myself, I've never seen any Nigerian person that is discussing this topic, addressing social issues. So, guys, please, someone subscribe, support this channel, okay? I beg.
I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank you for doing that. Yes, to just echo what my guest said. So yes, you can support the channel anyway. You can obviously subscribe to the channel, which many of you have done. So thank you so much for doing that. You can certainly also make sure you're liking the video as well as sharing the video if you're not able to support financially. But thank you either way. I am very appreciative of your contribution to this particular channel. Thank you. So, all right. The way I like to do this, and everyone is telling me they can hear us. So thank you all for those of you that have confirmed. So here's what I want to do, right? I like to have a conversation. I don't want this to be like an interview process. I want us to have a good conversation in the show. And the reason why I wanted to talk with you, and I've been wanting to, speak with you for a while, because I've watched the content. As a matter of fact, I got tied in. I came across your content. I think it was last year. You had a lady on the phone. You had her as a guest, and she was someone that you interviewed about Afrobeat, and she was very, very knowledgeable. You had her on your show, and she had such great insight in terms of the history of Afrobeats. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember that? Do you remember that video?
Yes, I remember that.
Okay. Yeah, she was very impressive. I truly enjoyed that content you put together with her, because she even reminded me of things that I even forgot in terms of the history of Afrobeat. She took it all the way back to, Sonia Ade, Chris Okoti, and all of those guys. She took it all the way back to those guys. And that was the first time I got wind of your channel. And I said, this guy, I do like his content. I think I should really kind of subscribe and learn more about him. So I subscribed to your channel. And ever since then, I've always gotten your videos. And so I've truly enjoyed. And I know you are a friend to this channel also. I've seen your comment. And so thank you for what you're doing for Afrobeat. Thank you for what you're doing for the community and all of that. I just wanted to say that right off the bat.
Thank you too. Thank you for inviting me too.
Absolutely. So let's start here. Let's start with you. Let's talk about who is Africa Uncensored. Like, how did you start your YouTube channel? Right? What caused you to really start? And what was the whole story behind it? If you want to let my viewers and myself know, because I don't know that part of you, that would be great.
to be frank with you, this channel started as a joke. Actually, I wasn't serious about it, and I must confess to you that I still have the intention to delete some of those videos that I've made. I wasn't very keen about making them because I felt first of all the quality was very poor because I don't have any big gadget. I will just use my phone to record them very casually. So that was the day I made a video about Chinese buying land in Africa and exploiting Africa. It was a 5-minute video. I recorded just casually, and the video went viral all over the world, in Malaysia, Canada. I got 4 TV interviews.
Wow.
Because of that video. It was a very crazy video that I made, just accidentally. I was just like passionate and angry that day.
Wow.
After I got some response from some of our team members. So that video blew the channel. And I saw the video.
When did you? Sorry, I didn't mean. When did you make that video? How long ago was that?
I can't remember. I think 2 years or 3 years ago. I can't remember the date precisely. But I checked the analytics just 3 days ago. Funny, I went back to the video, and I think I wanted to get a copyright for the video, and I saw that there were almost 27 channels that shared that video on their platform. So after they cut part of the video, some people actually put the video in their channel and said, okay, if I get the copyright, it's going to like maybe take the video off all these channels. But they had multiple subscribers. Another one had 72,000. So many channels. That was how I started discussing social issues, I was just discussing this music stuff. And then I did one video about the music, and the thing blew up again. Okay, it did actually. And then again, these silly videos I'm doing, I call those silly videos because I intend to delete them. And then I saw that all the channels started picking them up, analyzing them, and I saw even Guardian TV channels pick them up. They'd be like, oh, this thing it makes sense what this guy says. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't think that was very serious, but now people are taking it very serious. And I thought I started influencing people. I was like, okay, maybe we have some good ideas. Once you have this idea, you have to put them public. If you don't write them, make them in video format or audio format, because you don't know what you can say. One of the, aside the music video and the Chinese thing, one of the videos that I did was a day in my mind. I dictate the style of building that we do in Africa. So, especially the material that we use, cement bricks, cement block that we use to build, and I said no. Because we have a very hot and humid weather, and I wanted us to say, okay, let us use red bricks or high-performance interlocking bricks and make sure that the environment is clean, that we respect geometry, lighting, and cutting-edge housing, not to stuffy buildings that there's no access for light. And I did that video. I had that idea in my mind. I should have just keep the idea in my mind and just maybe die with it or I don't know. But I said, let me record it. And when I recorded it, hey, the video blew again. I started getting messages from people, please, and that's why I'm building. I'm not even a professional, I'm not a mentor. This is the reason why people like you are very important. Because you have to see somebody with the right knowledge, the right motives behind that knowledge. If you don't want, I'm sorry for using this word on your channel, but somebody who is not very knowledgeable, pushing the wrong narrative. So this is the beginning. This is how I started.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, thank you for saying that. I will tell you that I am very good with personality in terms of really kind of sizing people up. You do have a gift, I would have to say, in terms of how you communicate your thoughts and how you communicate your points across, because your channel is, how many subscribers do you have? Like almost 6,000 or 6,000 right now? Is that right? Right?
Yeah, the team blew up yesterday, yes.
Yeah. So, and to have your videos, I've seen your videos, and your videos do tremendously well. So to every one of you watching me that is not subscribed to Africa Uncensored, go and subscribe to his channel. He's got great content, truly great content. He sticks to the point and he just gets to the point. And I think you and I probably share some subscribers, but for some of you that are not already subscribed to him, go ahead and subscribe to him. But anyway, when I've watched people that are in this community, in this space, right? And it's not, like you said, it's just you and I that I know fully well, that are really committed to, that are Nigerians, that are really kind of with their true intentions, really promoting Nigeria. You do come across, I would say, very authentic in terms of your delivery and how you really kind of make your point, which is why I think your videos really have gone viral. And I've watched every time. You don't put out videos that much, but when you do put out videos, I've watched and noticed that those videos do tremendously well. And it's because of your ability to really connect with people. And I think that's something that you have, you know. So I want to talk to you. So we'll talk about a whole bunch of other things, right? But here's what I want to talk to you about in light of all the videos that you put out. And the one that you put out recently, and I don't know when you put it out. I don't know, maybe it's a week ago, which you talked about the band, the Cameroons and Jamaican band of Afrobeat music. So that video did tremendously well. So kudos to you. I mean, I think it's got 45,000 views in terms with lots of engagement, tremendously well. So I want to talk to you about that video. But first of all, kudos to you on that success. And we'll deep dive into that video. But what do you think, in your opinion, is the reason why that video did tremendously well, above the other videos that you've had in the past?
I don't even know. I was surprised with the performance of the video and I started regretting because videos like that can get you, I look back at the video and say, oh, I didn't make the introduction and ask my viewers to subscribe, because I know Nigerians are very patriotic. If you are going to do that, they would do this to support your channel. But once again, that video just came out like that. I just thought about it and said, this is not right. I was on Twitter, on TikTok, and I saw I kept seeing it. I kept getting notification videos. Anything Afrobeat related, Africa, topic like that. I don't know, maybe Twitter and TikTok know that those are the topics that interest me. They keep pushing those kind of videos. And I said, what's going on? What is this debate about? So when I saw it, I just recorded the video. If you see the video, it's unedited, no cut, nothing. I recorded it and just posted it. So there's nothing special. I wasn't thinking about anything. I just pushed it out there, and I was surprised when the video blew. I started getting a lot of messages.
Yeah. I bet.
Negative, positive, inbox. People were sending me messages like, no, you don't have to say this. You're a Pan-Africanist. You have to unite Africa and the diaspora. I said, but a narrative is out there. We have to, try to address it. But I wasn't thinking anything special. I just put it out there.
No. I think to your point, right? You said something that was really very that is a true statement. You said a whole bunch of true statement, but this is the one that really caught me, is that Nigerians are very patriotic, right? We are. And I think that the reason why your channel is doing very well, the reason why my channel is doing very well as it relates to Afrobeat and our industry, is because we know that for a long time people have put us down, right? When you talk about Nigerians, many people want to shy away from that. I did a video that just released not too long, my last video, in terms of everybody now want to be Nigerians. People are claiming to be us now, right? And it's due to the success of our music. And so when you find people like yourself putting out, and I think, to me, if you ask me, the reason why that video did very well is because that video hit the core of a lot of things that we've had to suffer. Last 2001, people were calling for a ban of Nigerian music. We talked about we know Ghanaians were, Kenyans were, Cameroonians were. I haven't seen anything about Jamaicans, and I want to talk to you about that, right? Maybe you might be able to enlighten me in terms of what you've seen from your own point of view and vintage. But the fact of the matter is that we've gone through this abuse of people putting us down because the country isn't doing very well. We all know that. But then many countries aren't. But many people have singled out Nigerians as this person to beat down, right? And I think Nigerians, because we are very proud people, We're very smart. We're starting to not take it anymore. Nigerians are saying, no, I'm not going to take it anymore. You're not going to beat me down anymore. So I think we have this protective type of spirit to our music, the Afrobeat music, to our entertainment, to our accomplishment. And I think that's why, if you ask me, that video, when you made that video, it hit the core, because to many people that saw that, they saw it as, again, I'm not trying to read anyone's mind, but when I saw that, it came across as, what? People are trying to still ban our music? And now we have Jamaicans in the mix? And so that really was something that triggered me, right? It was a trigger point because of all of this stuff that we've had to go through. That's what I would say, in my opinion, attributed to the success of that video, in addition to many other things. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too. But I also want to say something about the title of the video, because you asked me to make a comment about what the Jamaicans think, and I'll be very frank with you. I'm very honest about it. I cannot gauge the Jamaicans' feelings. I'm not quite sure they are very antagonistic towards Nigerians particularly, and this is where the title of that topic comes in. I deliberately titled it Nigerian Afrobeat. It was a very deliberate choice to put it that way, because we have some groups of people. If I say God, if you say nah, I stop you, I don't talk. So we have this group of people from a different specific country, a very tiny country, who are imitating, their top 3 artists are imitating the Jamaicans. So you have Starboy, you have Shatta Wale, you have what is his name? This one that got Grammy nomination. These people are copying the Jamaican, because at some point the Jamaican music was the issue, and they want to hold on to that identity. They have been trying hard to mingle with the Jamaican. They have been pushing their music, trying to get collaboration with Cranium, with all these guys, pushing hard, speaking patois, trying to mingle with them. But funny enough, their music is not being played in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. The music that is being played in Jamaica are Nigerian music. CK, Pato Ranking, Timaya, Burna Boy. Burna Boy is very huge there. Burna Boy went to Barbados. He went to Davido with his Suriname. He was in the Republic of Guyana. You need to see how massive the welcome is. And I was like, wow. So we are not trying to imitate the Jamaicans, but they have welcomed our music. Meanwhile, our neighbors who have been trying to go penetrate them, their music is not being played here, but they have been hating on us. So when the idea of making that video came to my mind, I said, I cannot say Afrobeat alone. It has to be Nigerian Afrobeat, because I know the Nigerian music is being played. I speak French. Nigerian music is being played in Senegal, it's being played in all the Francophone, all the 17 West African Francophone countries are playing Nigerian music, So, but some people are saying their music is not getting to this country because they don't speak English. No, Nigerian music is being played in Francophone countries, even in Germany. I went to a mall and I hear this young guy, Rema, calm down. I was like, oh, in malls and even in gyms, in gym room. So that title was deliberate. I have to confess that the Jamaicans love Nigerians. They don't have any particular antagonism against the Nigerians. But I noticed that there are a few individuals that are voicing out some of these things. And they are, if you check YouTube, you will see their videos. Mm-hmm. I've seen up to 11 videos. I've watched them, watched their opinion. A lot of ladies, in fact, they were talking specifically about Afrobeat and reggae. Some of them made sense. Some of them made a comparison between Afrobeat and reggae dancehall and all those things. And then there was another huge wave of antagonism when reggae dancehall was removed from the Billboard chart. Now I saw waves of videos of people saying, wow, so this is it, Afrobeat has taken over. And I was like, okay, what is this new talk about? Are they going to start hating on Afrobeat? So the trigger was when there was a carnival, the Notting Hill carnival that was supposed to happen. They started saying, no, we don't want Afrobeat here. We don't want any music but the Afrobeat side. Very loud.
Yeah. So that was very shocking to me. And I know that I did a video, and I know you did a video about the carnival in terms of the pushback. That was very shocking to me, right? The pushback that we saw when Afrobeat was played in carnivals, that and you saw that from a few Jamaicans. I'm not going to say a whole lot of Jamaicans, because again, just like you rightfully said, Jamaicans are our friends, and I believe that truly. Jamaicans are Nigerians' friends. They are partners. They're allies. They love Nigerians. They love African countries. And I guess I'm biased a little bit because my wife is Jamaican and my kids are half Jamaican and half Nigerian. But nonetheless, I do have a lot of friends that are from a wide spectrum of African countries, and also Caribbeans. And Jamaicans normally, from what I've seen, have always really, really supported Nigerians. But nonetheless, right, the reality is we have some people out there who are also Jamaicans and who are from the Caribbeans that were griping about Afrobeat being played. And you know what was so interesting about that? Is that when you look at all the carnivals, that all the music played in carnivals, rap, hip hop, R&B gets played at the carnival, and no one bats an eye. No one says, "Oh no, you shouldn't be playing that. You should only play like soca music and calypso and all of that. That's all you need to be playing." No one batted an eye, right? And we've seen other music played at carnivals, but when it came to Afrobeat being played at the carnival, at the most recent one that took place, you find this type of pushback from a few Jamaicans, like you've rightfully said, those that did. There were few of them that did YouTube content on it, and that was very shocking to me. Why do you think that was the case in terms of when it became Nigerians Afrobeat music being played at the carnival, that we saw this pushback from a few Jamaicans? Why do you think that was the case?
I cannot pretend that I have any answer to that question, but I just know that all the conversation I saw in regards to this topic, Wizkid is being mentioned, Burna Boy is being mentioned, Davido, CK, Paturanking, almost all the artists that have been mentioned are Nigerian artists. So my assertion is Nigerian Afrobeat. I don't have an answer to this. I cannot tell what they are thinking or what is their motive, but I can see that there is an animosity that is growing. Something is growing. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know how they intend to go about it, but there's a feeling of apprehension that there's like, okay, what is this? What is happening? It's not that they are worried that Afrobeat is winning. They are worried that they are losing, that they are losing out because Billboard took off their music off, and DJs are beginning to remove, they are beginning to refresh their playlist in clubs. So they are worried about these things. I think they are worried.
Yeah.
I think that is evidence.
Well, let me go ahead and give this. Let me give a shout out to the super chat real quickly. So I do have a super chat from Johnson Odese. Thank you so much for your super chat. I truly, truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. So let me ask you another question here, because it's one of those things that we've come to know, right? We've come to know in terms of with the Afrobeat success, right? So we know Afrobeat is off the box, it's off the chart, it's gone off. No one can do anything about it, right? You can gripe, you can get upset, you can get mad, but it's the world's music right now. Everyone knows Afrobeat. There's no one on the planet that I would imagine there's no one on the planet that hasn't heard about Afrobeat. You may not know all the artists, but you've heard of Afrobeat. Okay. And I don't like to always bring Ghana up, right? Because, we've seen the biggest agitation from Ghana. We've seen the biggest type of pushback from a neighboring country that should be partnering with us, right? A country that should be aligning themselves with us. And again, I would like to believe that for most part, most Ghanaians are friends of Nigerians. I would like to believe that, right? I don't see a lot of that on the internet. I don't see a lot of that even in my social gatherings. I see a lot of very competitive spirit. I coined it competitive animosity, right? I like to use that phrase. I don't want to use hate. But it has come to a point where it has now become ridiculous, right? Because it's been something in the past that Nigeria and Ghana have toggled back and forth with so many things. And now with the Afrobeat success in genre, to have the insertion that Ghanaians try to make with the history of Afrobeat. That is my problem with Ghana. That is my problem. I don't have a problem with Ghana whatsoever. But the idea of wanting to, and of course, it's not shocking that Ghana was among the countries that were calling for a ban of Nigerian music. That's not shocking, right? But to want to insert yourself into the history of Afrobeats, to me, it's disturbing, and also want to take credibility, most credibility for the foundation of Afrobeat. That is, to me, very, very shocking, because it's almost as if you have this little brother, right? Because Nigeria is a big brother to Ghana. You have this little brother that is so envious of his big brother and the success that his big brother is having. And at any moment, his big brother wants to take a picture with his girlfriend, little brother got to jump in to take a picture. Big brother wants to go eat with his girlfriend, little brother got to jump in to eat with, it's all of that stuff. But do you think that we are ever going to see the day in any time in our lifetime, myself and yours, where Ghana really begins to partner with Nigeria like they are supposed to partner, so they can elevate themselves as well as really do the kind of great things that we are doing with our music with themselves also?
That's a very deep question. I haven't given myself time to think about it, but I can tell you this for a fact, that Nigeria is exerting a massive cultural presence. It's like an elephant that is marching on apples. You can imagine the effect. It's heavy, it's huge. What Nigeria is doing is going to change the way the Ghanaians are behaving, their culture, their personality, because they are constantly, Nigeria is kicking them. This is the problem. The Ghanaian music industry is doing fantastically well. They have good talent. When I look at them, young stars, very talented country, very beautiful people. But the problem is that they feel they are insufficient because of where Nigeria is. If they compare themselves with Nigeria, they feel very, very little. They feel so tiny and emasculated. So that's like, wow, Nigeria is not supposed to do better than. And this is a very good thing, I can tell you for sure. Because if there is any industry that Nigeria has gotten that has moved independently away from the Nigerian government, from anything Nigeria that succeeded organically grew, and you can see so many positive moves. You can see that the foundation is very solid, that we have people like Gonzalez, like Olamide that are bringing on you and giving them opportunity. You will know that the Afrobeat industry is going to remain relevant for a very, very long time. Mm-hmm. So this is one industry that will get it right. So this is just one. And Nigerians are extremist people. Anything we put our mind into, we do it to the core. If it is crime, if it is church corruption, anything at all, if it is good, if it is education, anything, any way we find ourselves, we stop it. So this aspect, now Nigeria has got to the music industry. The music and entertainment industry, I want to be very emphatic about it. Because when you check out the comedy, there is no country in Africa that has numbers of comedians that are, even South Africa doesn't. The Nigerians dominated the comedy industry all over the internet. Top. If you check out even gospel music, the Ghanaians are trying to compete with Nigerian gospel music. Even church, we have the highest billionaire geos. I'm not their fan, but this is how it is. So let me tell you how this is going to end. The Nigerians will keep trying politically, economically, socio-culturally. We'll keep failing, we keep trying, we keep failing until we get it right politically. Eventually, I think the Nigerians are going to get it right. And when they do that, it's going to trigger a revolutionary effect all over Africa. Nigerian artists are all around making people sing, I want to go and Shayo. The people are, there's something, they are selling a culture that they don't even know that they are doing it. So the Ghanaians, in the name of competing with Nigerians, is going to get to a point where they will feel they will be struggling to catch up, they will be feeling beaten, they will be competing, and eventually they won't have any choice. And mentally they will start evolving, because if you check out the debate they are doing today, Sammy Fresh, for example, today, with this team of people, they are discussing how Nigerians are so cunning, how Nigerians are so smart. They are 2 steps ahead. That this festival that happened, I think Global Citizen Festival, that Usher came in and Jerusalem, the Nigerian artists, and that was like a giving the best night. They refuse to speak about the good thing that's happening in the industry. They're just like wondering how Nigerians are always 2 steps ahead. So this thing will force a cultural change in Ghana. Nigerians are actually influencing them. They don't know. You see, they're influencing their thinkers, their influencers. Nigerians are influencing the Ghanaian influencers. These influencers are going to influence their own people. So that is what's going to happen all over.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. I did a video recently, my last video that I just did, and I highlighted the amount of money and the type of success that both the music industry as well as the entertainment industry as a whole has really generated for Nigeria. I think it was the goal was for $802 million in 2020. It exceeded it to by $1 billion. And I think that with that being said, what this is creating now are job opportunities. Is really changing the narrative in terms of what Nigerians have always in the past historically believed to be the path to success, right? Because in the path to when I was growing up, and I'm sure it's the same way with you, the path to success was you became either a doctor, engineer, or lawyer, right? Those are your path. Now the Nigerian culture has inserted in its entertainment where people are seeing themselves to be something beyond the traditional route to be successful. And I think that is an amazing thing. Now, that being said, I also have to give Nigerian government kudos for the recent action they took in terms of banning any foreign person from modeling in Nigeria. That is my, I thought that was a smart thing to do, right? Now, of course, you had silly people on the internet going around saying that, oh, they banned white people. No, they didn't ban white people. They banned every foreign person. If you came from any country outside of Nigeria, you were not going to take the job, right? So that was what that was. But I thought that was a very great foresight on the part of the Nigerian government. For the first time, I thought they played a chess move, because what you're seeing is Afrobeat is expanding opportunities, right? So you're going to see TV deals. You're going to see TV commercials. You're going to see movie deals. You're going to see movie commercials from this country, from other countries about Nigeria, right? And it's going to be marketed in that country. It's going to be marketed in that country. And so what that country now has done is to say, hold on, if you're going to market to us and you're going to sell us our product, you're going to use our people, period, right? I thought, to me, that single behavior and that single strategy or legislation that was passed, to me, was a brilliant move on the Nigerian government. What are your thoughts on that part?
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I saw the video you made, and I was really impressed with the details of the research. I think I advise people, maybe we should have this video in the comment section or in the description section so that people can watch it. I watched it. I was actually driving a bike. I was in the mountain as well. I was watching the way you were analyzing the whole thing. And, when people are seeing music, they are seeing Afrobeat, they are seeing people singing and dancing. But what investors are seeing, like you said in that video, they are seeing opportunities. They are seeing youth, creative youth. They are saying, hey, look, in our country, this is how we roll. That is what they are seeing. You spoke about Netflix. You spoke about all these in the streaming platforms that are looking forward to come to Nigeria because they see the potential there. And I was smiling. Do you know why? Because before I watched your channel, there was a guy, a Netherlands ambassador. I think you should check it out. I wanted to send you the link actually. He had an interview on Arise TV, and he was being asked, what do you see in Nigeria? He said the market is huge. He said the entertainment. He spoke about the tech industry. He spoke about the opportunities. Apparently, he said that Netherlands is the third largest trade partner to Nigeria. He spoke about the trade deficit, the surplus that they have, that Nigeria has over them. And he said he applauded the government of some changes that they are doing. So I was like, yeah, this is cool. So seeing our government taking that decision, I was very happy about it. At the same time, I saw the other people. I saw a lot of very verified, respected platforms saying that they are banning white people. I said, hey, that's all they do. So I was really, really shocked. But that is a very positive move, in my opinion.
You know what's funny about that? To add to that is when I saw people misinterpret that to say that they're banning white people, it goes to that whole narrative that we've always all been used to, is everything Nigeria, we need to demonize it, right? Even when the country does something right in terms of that, we need to go ahead and misinterpret it. We need to talk about it in a negative way. Because when I saw that, I just thought that here we go with negativity out there, right? No. So if you're watching me, no, that whole move was not to ban white people. Well, it was to anyone that is a foreigner. If you came from Kenya, if you came from Ghana, if you from anywhere outside of Nigeria, what that is saying is you're going to have to give the opportunities to Nigerians first, because it didn't make any sense to me that you have a country that you're marketing to and the people within that country are not allowed or are not used for their ads. To me, that is ridiculous, right? It's the most asinine thing that you can ever think about, that the people in that country are not reflective. So if I go to Nigeria, and I've been to Nigeria several times, and I'm seeing billboards of everyone that looks different from us, that to me is ridiculous. So I thought that the Nigerian government did the right thing in ensuring that they're keeping and they're hiring their own people and also improving the GDP, because that's how you improve your GDP, right? That's how you improve that. That's how you extend your economic presence, by ensuring that your workforce is working. Go ahead.
In addition to that, I don't know if you know about this show they do. They call it Big Brother Nigeria. This video, when they started, they were taking participants from Nigeria to South Africa. They took them there, and it was a deal signed by DSTV, MTN. How are you doing a show for a Nigerian audience and you take it to South Africa? You know, the Nigerian government decided to say, nope, we can't take this. If you're going to show this show for our audience, you have to bring it back to the country. MTN was furious about it. They threatened to pull out. I can't remember the threat they gave to Nigeria that time. They threatened to pull out their association for the show. I was like, wait, you are making a show for the Nigerian audience and you're taking them all to South Africa.
Yeah.
Keep them there. They think tired me. So this is what they did. I'm proud of the Nigerian government, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was a smart move. So I mean, they don't usually get it right, and I'm hoping that I try to stay away from politics. I am plugged into what's going on. I'm fully aware of what's going on, but I try to stay away from really discussing that, because that's a very, very tricky part of it. But I hope that we get it right. I really hope that, because I think that once that part is gotten right, it'll really help to explore and really help to develop this other part that we're putting together. You know, for example, you know, the Afrobeat thing is becoming so huge. And I mentioned in one of my videos that you're going to start to see people flying to Nigeria to go to concert over there. You know, we should be really building the tourism. You know, we should make sure that we're building and export and really kind of exploring that whole tourism and ensuring that people are welcome. You know, have a campaign out there that really suggests and really kind of promotes Nigeria, promotes the beauty of the place, Lagos, Port Harcourt, Abuja. Really kind of promote that, so people know that when they come over there, they'll really have a great time. They really need to be, exposing Nigeria to that. But I think it really stems from good leadership. I'm hoping that this next election they get it right. You know, I'm not going to say who I have in mind. I don't want to say that on this, because I try to stay away from the politics on there. But I'm hoping we get it right, because it'll just help to really build everything else. But real quickly, also, I do have another question for you in terms of that. Do you think from what you're seeing out there, because now I'm glad we clarified that Jamaicans are our friends. They're not calling for a ban of Nigerian music. They're our allies. I'm glad that we clarified that. Do you see these other trios, and I call them trios, you know, when I mean trios, I'm talking about Ghana, Kenya, and Cameroon, right? In terms of those that really call for a ban, you know, back in the days. Do you feel that the pressure or the temperature from these people? I know Ghana is always going to be Ghana, right? We're not gonna. I don't see a friendship develop there anytime soon. I'm hoping that it'll happen before before I leave this earth. But in terms of Kenya and Cameroon, do you think that was a few people on the internet that was just being silly? Or do you think that this is something that they really believe it? They really believe? Because I know, what was the guy, one of the Cameroon artists, that I can't remember his name. He's one of the Cameroon artists. I can't remember his name right now. He was a champion. There you go, Stalliano. I know he was a champion of that, right? In terms of, do you see them still pushing that whole narrative of banning Nigerian music and Afrobeat in their country, as we saw in 2021?
Let us get this fact straight and set the record for the people that are watching us. Nigerians don't think that any country hates them. And I want to put this clear also that the Kenyan people love Afrobeat. They love Nigerians. Their women love Nigerian men. They don't shy away from that. You see them on TikTok, they post them. The same thing with Cameroon. They are just our neighbors. They love Nigeria. They admire Nigeria. They watch people. Nigeria. They listen. They stream Nigerian music. They love to play them. The only group of people that hate Nigerians, not hate, but are jealous actually. Jealous are the fellow artists. They see themselves as equals to the Nigerian artists, but they don't understand why they are not achieving, why they are not getting the breakthrough the Nigerian artists. So this jealousy is pushing them because they are influencers. They have platforms. They influence thousands and millions of people under them. So it's becoming a very dangerous movement because they are continuing to do that. So I don't know how they are going to influence the mind of the people, but I can tell you for a fact, because I've been to most of these countries. I've been to Rwanda and I can tell you the way they feel about Nigeria. There's admiration, there is love, there is fear, the three feelings they have about Nigeria. They admire, why are these people so tenacious, why are they so forceful about whatever they want. You see, there's even some of them are you see Kelly. Now, wow, they are using Nigerian expression. All these things, this is the influence. The people love Nigeria. They love us. The only people hating us are the influencers. We need to set that clear, and we need to punish them for doing that. So this is the reason why I was very hard on Shatta Wale. As you can see, if you don't know, Shatta Wale has been blacklisted. Many people don't know. I'm about to do a video about that. Because there are several shows that are coming up, Afro Nation, even Afro Channel, that organized by the themselves. Shatta Wale has, even the Global Citizen Festival that just happened, Shatta Wale wasn't listed in it. Because he was very antagonistic towards the Nigerians. Not necessarily towards the Nigerians, but Shatta Wale is a very toxic brand to associate yourself with. And the companies are seeing this thing. Afro Nation Portugal, they brought in Istanbul, they didn't bring Shatta Wale. Afro Nation Ghana, Shatta Wale is not listed as this one. Even Afro Channel that is by Ghanaian, Shatta Wale is not listed because of the toxicity. So we're going to set examples of all the parties that are pushing negative narratives and punish them for what they are doing because they are dividing the people and it's not good.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point. I think that the point that you raised in terms of the artists are the ones that are pushing this negative agenda, right? And it kind of creates this black cloud over their citizens and makes it look like their citizens are the ones that are championing these things because the artists aren't promoting themselves the way. Because I've watched Cameroonian, I've gone to their media to see what they're talking about. I've seen Kenyans. And to be fair, they are really hard on their own people in terms of telling their own people, you need to take yourself out there. You need to push yourself out there. You need to make sure that you're exposing yourself. You're moving around, you're touring around, you're utilizing the social media platform, and they hold them accountable, right? They hold them accountable. And this idea that these individuals try to blame Nigeria, like you said, Shatta Wale is notorious, right? I'm not a fan of his. I really am not. But Shatta Wale and even Stonebwoy has said it in the past that Nigerians don't promote us, but we promote Nigerians. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? That Nigerians don't promote you, but we promote. It's a way of fueling the fire, right? It's a way of really kind of gaslighting a lot of things by saying that whole thing. Because Nigerians promote Shatta Wale. Nigerians supported Shatta Wale. Nigerians support Stonebwoy. But they are looking to be on the same platform with Burna Boy. No, you're gonna have to earn your way to that place. Burna Boy did not become Burna Boy last year. He worked his way into that, right? And I think that this idea that if you're not where Burna Boy is, or if you're not where Davido is, if you know where Wizkid is, there are Nigerian artists that are not even close to that part. There are Nigerian artists that are coming up that are not even anywhere close to these guys. But they're not complaining and saying Nigerians are not supporting their own people. They're not saying that, right? So I think to your point, yes, these artists really help to stoke the fire in promoting some negativity with their own citizens.
I made a video and I said Stonebwoy is the biggest hypocritical artist in Africa. And I will explain to you why. Because Stonebwoy, he seemed like a very smart individual. He seemed knowledgeable with the way he writes, the way he presents and portrays himself, right? But anytime he gets opportunity to speak about Nigeria, you can see this hate on his face, in his voice. He said that Nigerians came to their country. He said that in that Afrobeat documentary, I don't know if you heard that Nigerians came to their country and they stole their sound.
I heard that. I heard that nonsense.
Then I laughed. I say, oh, look, who is talking about stealing? You are copying the Jamaican sound. Mm-hmm. Who is the thief? And then at the same time, he's talking about Afrobeat is our African sound. The Jamaican sound originates from Ghana, from Africa. We are motherland. So he's contradicting himself. He's speaking ill of Nigerians at the same time trying to pretend that he's a Pan-African. And I say, oh, this is not good at all. Don't do it. Don't do this to people. Yeah. Because you can see this jealousy. It's not a jealousy.
Yeah, I think Stonebwoy, I think he's realized, because I think he's in Nigeria right now, touring and really promoting himself. I think Stonebwoy has...
Come, Jay, I want to say this. See, something is going on. There is no country in Africa, not South Africa. We have 54 countries in Africa. There is no country in Africa that has enjoyed collaboration and support for the Nigerian music industry. No country like Ghana.
Yeah.
If you check out, if I give you the list of the collaboration you guys have had, almost every Nigerian superstar, they have collaborated with them. There is no single, even Cameroon that share borders with us doesn't enjoy such level of collaboration, but they are still demanding.
Yeah.
They are asking, but we are giving them everything. So they are asking, they say Nigerians are not playing out their music. And he said, I'm not playing your music. Why are you not asking Sierra to play your music? Why are you not asking Nigeria to play your music? So this is and the funniest thing, Stonebwoy is an artist. He knows the struggle in the industry. He knows why he's not being invited in Nigeria. He knows the promotional reason. He knows the financial reasons why he's not invited to sing in Nigeria. He knows the branding, that his music is not being played in Nigeria. He knows some of these technical issues that are implicated. This is the reason why I get angry and frustrated with Stonebwoy. He knows why their artists are not being invited to Nigeria. And he knows the reason why he go to pour red carpet to invite Nigerian artists to come to their country. When he sees Nigerian artists, they put red carpet for them. He knows because Ghanaian artists put red carpet for Nigerians, but they won't do the same thing for Liberian artists. They won't do the same thing for Kenyan artists or Cameroonian artists because they know that there's level to everything. This is what I do. I think nobody knows this thing. But every time he will be insulting the Nigerians as if she's coming and he's being ignored. Your music is not known. Maybe they are playing music a little bit, but the people, they don't even know him,
Yeah.
So why should they put red carpet for him?
Yeah. No, I think that, I was Stonebwoy. I hear you on that part. I think that Stonebwoy, and I've been critical of Stonebwoy in the past. I think that Stonebwoy, to me, I don't dislike him as much as I dislike Shatta Wale. I think Stonebwoy is just someone that needs to grow up. To me, of course, he said things in the past that I don't agree with, and I think that he's learned now. From what I can see, I sense that he's learned that these things are hurting him much more than they're helping him, which is why you're seeing him pandering now to Nigeria. He's over there promoting his pandering because he's realized that this whole equation evolves around Nigeria. This whole equation of Afrobeat entertainment really revolves around Nigeria. And I think Stonebwoy has He's trying to really amend or repair his image out there. But we'll still see. I'm not going to let him off the hook yet, but we'll see. But in terms of the Shatawale guy, I think Shatawale is done, right? I think he's done, and he knows it. He's not loved by his own people. I think that to your point, he's blacklisted. Most people will not want to take a chance on him because he's a live wire. That's exactly what we call live wire. But I think more importantly, I'm glad that Nigerians are able to really fight back in terms of holding people to task. When people behave the way Shatawale and Stonebwoy have done in the past, Nigerians have really responded in terms of not streaming their music, really being vocal on social media. And I think these people have really realized that Nigerian market is not a market you're just going to just toil around with. The Nigerian market is not a market when it comes to these Afrobeat things, right? When it comes to the entertainment, you're not going to just disrespect the audience, right? And then come and say stuff like, oh, I'm going to go there for a media tour. Like that nonsense that Shatawale put out there. And think the Nigerians are just going to welcome you with an open arm. So I think that a lot of them have realized that the whole music industry really revolves around Nigerian market. And if you're going to say something like that, you're going to really pay the price with it in terms of your views. You're not going to get the views. You're not going to get concerts. You're not going to get anyone coming to your stuff. No one's going to stream your stuff. And these record labels are going to take notice. They're going to take notice and say, hey, you're not really as popular as I thought you were. And that's going to affect your contract and your label moving forward. And I think they realize, and I'm saying kudos to Nigerians for doing that. But no, thanks for your point on that in terms of what you're saying. So before we conclude, and I want to just let you go, thank you for joining me on this, I want to just make all our viewers that are listening really understand in terms of where I stand and where you stand. Because I think sometimes when we make this video, people think that somehow you hate a country or you dislike Ghana or you dislike this. No, I just want people to understand that it's a competition. It's a competitive sport, right? This thing that we're doing, even social media, YouTube, it's competition. You're going to apply yourself. You're going to really make sure that you're out there grinding. And it doesn't happen overnight. But you're not going to cry wolf and start banning or start really kind of hating on a particular country because you're not really popular, right? I don't have a problem with Ghana. I have a problem with Ghana trying to take my country's legacy. I have a problem with that, right? That's not going to happen. And I'm always going to have a problem with that. Outside of that, I love Ghana, right? But when it comes to the issue of Afrobeat and the origin of Afrobeat, you're trying to take that away. We have a problem. That's my problem with them. I don't have a problem with Cameroonians. I don't have a problem with Kenyans. I think that whole thing that happened was just silly. I think it was just a few people that really were stoking that whole division. But the vast majority of the citizens are loving and really support Nigerian artists, at least from what I've discovered, and as well as Jamaicans. These are people that are with us. They don't hate us. They love, they support our music, and I'm glad that you were able to confirm that also, which is why I wanted to have you on the show to really kind of understand your mindset in terms of that video. But I'm glad you were able to clarify that. So thank you very, very much for coming by and really clarifying, giving your perspective in terms of that video as well as Afrobeat industry.
Do you want to say something?
Yeah, go ahead. Any closing? Go ahead. Closing word.
Yeah. In conclusion, yes. We have established, this is a fact. I'm also very happy with the way the Nigerians are very mature. There are topics you will never catch our people talking about. You will see us complaining about Ghana music industry. You would never see Nigerians do that. They will string your music if you suspect them. You will never see any Nigerian media person sit down and discuss Ghana music industry. We feed it in all these countries. That's what they do. So, but I'm happy with our maturity, and we have stated it. It is very clear that this country, especially the Kenyans, I want to emphasize it. Kenyans love Afrobeat. They stream it, check every comment you see them there, support it. And I really wish, my only wish is that Nigeria will really Nigerian artists will collaborate more with it because they have fantastic artists in Kenya. I'm talking about what is their name? These guys that sing. I've forgotten their name. This group of people. I've forgotten their name. Anyway, but they have fantastic artists there. And these are the group of people I wish that they could collaborate with them and help them to grow. So these African countries we're going, we have to keep blowing our trumpet. Copy, you have a responsibility, and I do have a responsibility. We cannot stop. We have to do this more often because there's a narrative that is being pushed. They are trying to wipe out our legacy. We have suffered as Nigerians. We have suffered a lot from negativity, from insult, from attacks, from blackmail, stereotypes. People used to be afraid of Nigerians. They used to hate us. Now is our time to shine. Our youth are leading the sociocultural revolution around the world, and people are not liking it. You know, they are trying to bring it down. So we have to learn the narrative. When we do this, we get angry. They get angry, they insult us, they attack us. We need your support as Nigerians. So this is the reason why you need to stay tuned to this channel. You need to subscribe, you need to like, come back all the time because this is just the beginning. We're going to push this narrative constantly every day. It will choke them. It will choke them. And Coach, I want to say this to you.
I gotta give you a goosebumps on that. All right, go ahead.
There's you said something, and I think me and you have some similar philosophy about life. I've written an article. I'll send it to you. You know what I'm talking about. It is about the human evolution. I wrote something about the human age of evolution. I call it the Stone Age, the Iron Age, the Industrial Age, and now I call it the Age of Science and Technology. I even wrote about the age of religion, where religion was very powerful. One day I saw you analyzing this. I don't know if you still have the video. Please add it to this description so that these people will go and watch it. It was a very powerful moment. I wanted to write you because I was thinking, I said, wow, I thought I was crazy. I thought I was the only one that was thinking this way. I will send you the date I wrote this 2-3 years ago, dated on my Facebook channel. You will see that humans evolve. We have different ages and we have to catch up with the age. You spoke about the feminine energy. I've forgotten the word you use now that is raining. You say Aquarius or something like that? I can't remember the word you use.
In terms of our age, yep.
I was just saying this is the reason why we see massive feminist movement and all these things and feminine power. They're trying to, the time chauvinism and chivalry and patriarchy was very powerful. Now the female energy is coming and they're fighting all this. So I wrote something similar to your philosophy. So this is the reason I'm finding our communalities, our identity, our mindset, the way we walk and the way we think, and I think we need to hold this pillar. We need to keep pushing this narrative. I wish we would do more collaboration. And I'm working also on improving my channel. Moving to a new place. I'm trying to set up a studio and I want to make it standardized and make it a profession actually, because we have very interesting perspective about culture and cultural evolution. Very interesting observation. What you say, very, very important. And I think you should keep it up and keep researching, keep doing your work. We'll come in and watch because you don't know who you're touching, you don't know who you're influencing, you don't know. Before you notice, we're going to put this narrative out there. And the one thing I'm looking forward to doing is we need to produce an Afrobeat documentary. Find Nigerian YouTubers, powerful YouTubers, maybe a documentary about the rise of Afrobeat, for example, pushing a particular narrative, have speakers, experts like you and I coming to contributing to this. And also thank you for the petition.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really want to say thank you for coming by and really kind of doing the show. And to everyone out there that's watching that probably did not hear me in the beginning, please go ahead and subscribe to Africa Uncensored. I'm going to leave his, you can always link to it from even the title of this video, but I'm also going to leave the link to his channel for you all to go ahead and subscribe to him. I am one that is very, when you know me and people that know me, I don't endorse people. I stay away from endorsing people. I really don't, right? I stay away from endorsing people because you endorse somebody and you find out later on that they weren't exactly what you thought they were, right? And then you have to retract that statement. So I stay away. But I'm a good judge of character, right? And I have to endorse you and what you're doing. And I want to say thank you for what your contribution to the community. Thank you for what you're doing for Afrobeats. Thank you for what you're doing for Nigerians. Thank you for really putting the message out there. I've said this in the past that the best thing that's ever happened to black people, mostly especially Nigeria, is social media. Period. Because now we can control the narrative and we can tell our own story and really push our own narrative. And no longer do we just leave it to all of these big companies that have always had one-sided agenda, right? But social media, like this platform, Facebook, and every other one out there, now give us the opportunity to tell our own story, right? So I do want to appreciate you for what you're doing. Continue to do what you do. And I'm very impressed with your channel. I'm very impressed with your success. Kudos to what you've done thus far, and I know that your channel is really going to grow. So thank you for coming, and to every one of you, please go and subscribe to Africa Uncensored Channel, because he is a friend of this channel and we are a friend of his too. So thank you so much for coming by. Thank you. All right, everyone, thank you so much for so that is, I am so excited to have Africa Uncensored on this channel. I am truly excited to have had him on this channel, because I try once in a while I'm going to bring to you all people that I find to be credible, people that I find to have a real genuine spirit and genuine intention. You know, because there are people on YouTube that are just doing the whole thing for views. You know, and I've seen some of them. I've seen some of them, right? And it's just it's for views. It's whatever is hot, whatever is the topic to talk about. You know, and I don't begrudge them, but I just know that they're not doing it for the reasons that I would hope that they're doing it. But that's everyone do whatever you want to do, right? But when I find individuals that are genuine, people that are, to me, really kind of pass the smell test, I will bring them on to this channel. Africa Uncensored is my first guest on the Corporate Junky channel, and it was a pleasure to have him on board. And so thank you all for tuning in. I want to say this before I close out, right? And I want to thank every one of you that have really supported this channel. Every one of you that have made your voices heard in any way, either by liking the video. Please like the video. Thank you all for the likes. It's looking really great. Thank you all for what you've done. I want to say that I would not be where I am if it weren't for you all, right? And I mean this. I really mean this. I would not be this far in if it weren't for you all. And it is truly humbling and truly refreshing to know that Nigerians support their own. And I get support from all over. I get support from Nigerians. I get support from non-Nigerians. But I am truly appreciative of the love and support that you guys have. I've received emails from some of you in terms of what you would like me to talk about. Send those emails to me. Keep sending them to me. My team and I, we go through it and determine what we want to talk about, right? And determine if it's newsworthy, if it fits into my narrative and what I represent for my channel, which is obviously promoting Afrobeat, promoting Nigerians. I focus on the people. If you've heard me before, I don't spend too much of the time talking about the country, even though it is our country. But I focus more on the Nigerian people, right? Because from my past experience and my training, people are the key to any geographical location. People are the key, right? If you change the mindset of people, you're going to change anything. Once you are able to get people to change and adapt a new way of belief system, it inevitably changes their environment. It's just the way it is. So in the past, even with my team, I've always focused on team building. I focus on people behavior. So when you watch my videos, you've probably picked this up, that I talk more about Nigerians, and that means Nigerians no matter where they are in. They might be in this country, United States. They might be in England. They might be in Nigeria. They might be in Germany, wherever. I talk about Nigerians because Nigerians are an amazing set of people, and I really want Nigerians to really believe this, right? I need you to believe this. And I will continue to have videos on this, because when you think of, and that's what we talked about, when you think of the attack and the level of hate or animosity that people levy against Nigeria, it is because you are a amazing set of people. Right now, people are trying to grapple with the fact now that how do we now give credit and how do we now really pull these people and push them the way we need to push them, because we've demonized them in the past. That's what they're struggling with right now. Understand that's what's going on, is that now people know that they can't avoid you. They can't avoid us, that our success is so loud in every sector. We're not just talking about entertainment now. We're talking about every sectors of life. I mean, you'll be hard pressed to go somewhere and not find a Nigerian there. You'll be hard pressed in terms of prominent position, scientists. 77% of doctors in the United States are Nigerians, or black doctors, I should say. 77% of black doctors in the United States are Nigerians. So Nigerians are not just doing the music thing. We're like in prominent position. So I focus on my people, on Nigerians. And I need you to really understand this. You are highly coveted. Okay? But they're not going to tell you this because they don't want you to feel so arrogant about it. But don't worry about it. I'm going to tell you this. Okay? I'm going to tell you this. You're highly coveted. And you need to know your purchasing power. That's one thing you need to know. You need to know your purchasing power and know that you have that. Right? Don't let all these people on the internet put you down, because they know their time is up. You have groups on the internet. I'm talking about black groups now. They just want to put Nigerians down because they know the Nigerians are unavoidable. People just talk about Nigerians all over the place. People want to be Nigerians. People want to be them. And so people are grappling with the fact that they've dogged us in the past. Now they have to praise us, right? They have to bury their heads. They have to put their tails beneath their legs and praise us. And so that's not going to be easy, but that's their problem. Right? Because it's not going to take away the fact that we no longer are going to sit by and let people just dog us. We're going to be humble about it, right? You're going to be humble about it, which is the human thing to do, right? But at the same time, you're not just going to lay down and let people just dog you like they used to do back in the days, because we're stepping into the light, and it's now become a known thing that Nigerians have really evolved. So I'm glad to see channels like Africa Uncensored really kind of promote Nigerians. I'm really, really excited to see that. And thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe to this channel. Please like the videos. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.